welcome back to Talk Drama to Me. It's your host, Tiffany and G. Hi, Tiffany.
Hello, how are you? You look so pretty.
Pretty. I know, I'm new and refreshed. New woman, new woman. I mean, I'll bring it up. So, what did I love or not love this week? It's a bit of a love hate. Lisbon, you would think tons of Asians, tons of like Asian oriented things, right? An Asian grocery store. That's nice. We got those. But you know what we
Mhm.
don't have? Hairdressers, hairstylists. It's very diamond in the rough here in these mean streets of Lisbon. There are two Japanese hairstylists in all of Lisbon. One offers this treatment that I get. It's called a Japanese magic hair straightening treatment. It just makes your hair bone straight. And so that's who I went with. I love it. I thought that was a good job, but it is disappointing. There's only one because in Phoenix, I mean, more than you could shake a stick at.
Oh, really? I actually, I wouldn't have thought there would be that option in Phoenix either.
So many. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't over exaggerate, but definitely all parts of the valley. There was a Korean hairdresser that offered this service, and here there are no Koreans. So if there are any Koreans listening, there's an opportunity here in Lisbon.
Make that money. Well, it looks great.
Thank you. Tiffany, what do you love or not love this week?
Oh, what do I love or not love? I've been consumed by the Olympics. That's the only kind of sports thing I really do follow every 4 years. And I do not remember there being this much attention on men's figure skating. So that finished, and it was our guy, Ilya Malinin. They dubbed him the quad god. Like, what a nickname. Oh my God. He's just so incredible. But he's so young. And I guess he just caved under the pressure. My heart broke when he just did not do as well as he was like projected to. And I guess it's just a reminder to all of us that these are kids at the end of the day. They're young, and America especially, we put so much pressure on our athletes. It's happened to other athletes we've had. Simone Biles, same thing. She foiled under pressure, but she bounced back and she was incredible. But like, it was just so sad to just see it in real time. I'm excited though that the women's figure skating, I think their short program is coming up next. So yeah, no, I'm just like totally consumed by Olympics right now. It's very exciting. I love that America just kind of bands together for one time out of like every 2 to 4 years.
Dude, you know
So
what I always say as an American living abroad? What does it mean to be American? I think it means just once in your life leading a USA chant, just in a bar somewhere. USA, 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 USA. And I feel like Olympics, great time for that. So Americans, get on it. It's time to earn our citizenship.
well, let me tell you, I would love to have that experience of like watching the Olympics in a bar, not in America, and see who's rooting for who. That must be really cool. So, um, yeah. But someone's got to check on Ilya. He is not posting very good things right now. I feel really bad for him. The mental health is not well. It's really bad.
Hopefully he has a good team around him because kudos to the sports for including in mental health into their regimen, right? Because I don't know if the athletes of the past had that option. I think maybe therapy was for the weak, right? So
Right. Yeah. Poor guy. But I'm sure we'll see him in 4 years. So, well, I hope so. I hope he doesn't just throw in the towel.
speaking of mental health and athletes, let's talk about dancers.
What a segue. Yes, girl.
Girl, we know a little a thing or two about dancing, right? I mean, we're not ballerinas.
Actually, I grew up training ballet when you met me when we were doing competition dance in college for like Latin and ballroom. I think that's why I quickly excelled with it, was because of my former dance training.
That's interesting. I suppose walk us through that. Like you've done so many styles then, right?
Yeah, I started in ballet and then the classic, it's like ballet, tap, jazz. That's where you start as a kid in the studio dance world. And then you can go into modern or contemporary. I didn't really get too much into that. I really started doing hip hop. I love that. I was on the dance team in high school. Yeah, I was the dance captain in my high school. I was the weirdest dance captain. I did not fit in with those girls at all. It was very, very apparent. I was not the hot, cool girl that you think of. But then, yeah, so then my senior year, I actually quit the dance team and then went to marching band and joined the drum line. And those were my people. I had the best senior year. And I really fit in with like the weird music kids. Like That is my gym jam. And then I went to college, was doing music, of course, and you met me. I was a music major. I ended up doing a dance minor because I was doing all these dance classes, and I'm like, shoot, I'm only this many credits away. So I did get a minor in dance, and I met you in the competition ballroom world. Fun fact, G and I were not friends and really barely talked for, I would probably say, the first year that we were around each other because she had been doing it for a while. So she would come into the lower classes almost like a giving back thing and would be the dance professor's assistant and demonstrator. So that's how I knew you for like the first year of being around you. And then it wasn't until I think the second year of me being in ballroom that we started chatting and stuff. And then we went on the fake bachelorette trip that you put together. Um, and then the rest is history.
See, guys, what just happened is Tiffany is bragging about how young she is. Everyone pay
No, oh
attention,
my
okay?
gosh.
She's like, I'm much younger and
You're like
hotter.
2 years old. Yeah, for perspective, she is like 2 years older than me. She just
No.
started ballroom before I did. So by the time I got there and I'm 2 years younger, you were the shining star student of our professor. Is he still doing it, by the way? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there was a big controversy with that, so I don't keep up with it.
Oh,
Meh.
yes, you are reminding me of
Yes.
the controversy. Correct, correct. Oh god,
Dude,
ooh.
dancers and drama, name a more dynamic duo, right? So, dance and drama, let's take it in. Today's drama title is Swan Queen dancing back into his arms. What could this even mean? Talia's ballet career ended due to bone cancer. After dying, she's reborn in a parallel world, in another version of herself who quit ballet and damaged her marriage. Can she save her marriage and dance? Or did you have like PTSD flashbacks?
Not really, actually. I didn't get the PTSD flashbacks. I was more just consumed by, again, the small details that I'm like, "Come on. Why is she still in lingerie?" Like, what I don't understand. You know what I'm talking about?
I do, I do. All right, let's take it in then. Tell us a little bit about
Okay.
lingerie queen
Okay.
Talia Monroe.
So, her name's Maya Green. She plays the female main character, Talia Monroe. She's the youngest prima ballerina, so she's the best one, allegedly. She's perceptive, and her character as a person before she dies is a much different persona than she's like comes back. And that's kind of what we see in Act One, but we'll get to that. Oh, and her Instagram, the mutual friends that we have are all musicians. So it makes me wonder if she is a musician herself. She's a two-time Team USA athlete, so that's cool. She's an aerial and pole artist. So I think like when she's not doing these verticals, she's like super into uh like pole dancing and being an aerialist. So that I thought that was a really fun fact. She's like
I don't think
a
there's any crossover between that sport and ballet. I just my eyes have questions.
if anything would say I bet that if she trained in ballet before, it probably helped with her lines and as being an aerialist and a pole dancer.
Yeah, but I don't think it goes the other way. I don't know if any of
I
those skills
You read my
go
mind
back.
because
Yeah.
that's exactly where I was gonna go next. It's like, I don't know if that translates the other way around.
I find
Yes.
a lot of like other arts kind of break down what you build to be successful in ballet. I think that's true of dance sport too. There's a lot of rules in ballet that you just have to train out of your body. And then I don't
Mhm.
know if you can get it back again. I just don't think it's as easy as when you're like 12 and like bending backwards and blah, blah, blah.
Of course. Yeah, it's not you're not as quickly malleable.
Yeah, that's a good word.
But I I'm curious when this vertical was created. Do you know? Because her body is much different in this vertical, and I'm just like, "Whoa."
Is she on point there? So,
Yes.
guys, we just saw a picture on her Instagram. She's all in pink and she's actually in point. And look at that arch. She has a really nice foot arch that
Yes.
we did not see in this vertical.
And this is exactly why I wanted to show these things.
That is a shame. What the heck?
I know, because I know that when we planned this one and we were trying to figure out the next one we were gonna do, I was like, let's roast it because we can roast, dance things." But, it's just a much different, she's very talented. I mean, she is, like, incredibly flexible, incredible toe point, like, look at that.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, 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 it's a totally different person. So I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know how to say it without sounding like an absolute dick, but I'm like, "How recent was?" Because this stuff is, like, 2022, I mean, 2023.
Dude, if you have that kind of powerful ability, she's on point in those photos. This vertical did not do her justice, and she needs to have a
No.
side conversation with the director. Like, yo,
Yes.
what? What did we leave on the cutting room floor?
Yeah, I was not excited, but I was looking forward to your, feedback on just the difference in maybe she's thrown in the towel with the aerial.
But yeah, point is a hard thing. Like, if you did give it up, you can't just go back on point, regardless of what this vertical tells us. I think that's a strength you need to build back into that foot, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I don't know if we call this a triple threat or what, but, she definitely, is very talented and, knows 2 of my music colleagues, so that was cool. I'll go on to our male main character, though. His name is Casey Esser. He plays the character Caleb Shaw, who is her husband, governor or governor husband. That would be what I would call him. I'd be like, "Governor husband, please come here."
The name Casey Esser. Is that is that bringing back some memories? In the pantheon of vertical actors, this is a name that keeps coming up, and people are like, "You don't know Casey?" And so, this is not, like, the best vertical whatsoever, but I saw
Okay.
Casey, I saw the poster with him and the freaking American flag, and there's a eagle. I thought, "This is it. This is the one."
So, this is the person that someone shamed me for not knowing. Am I correct?
It is Michaela of Let's Talk About Verticals. Yes, that is right. She was like, "How could you not know this guy?" So now we're gonna know him, okay?
Yeah.
Deeply,
Not in the
intimately.
biblical sense, but he is cute. He's a cute guy.
And you know how I
And
know you'd kno you I knew you would say he's cute? He has, like, a big niche Filipina fan base. They flew this man out to the Philippines, and so it was in your blood. You were destined to find this man cute.
now so he's super famous. He has got like 50,000 followers. We've seen people with bigger followings, but he is a microdrama star. Am I right? That's kind of
Yeah,
the
and
vibe.
and like I said, he actually does have really dedicated fans as well, so it's good to know him, it's good to know his work, it's good to know his body, you know what I mean, his face.
And here's like a little thirst trap of him, Calvin Klein. Hello. Do you think he's
Yeah, I
cute?
did like that. Yes, but also maybe a little too old for me, but I definitely see the appeal.
He's too
Sorry, is that
old for
weird?
you, is that what you
Yeah, I
said?
I don't think he's gonna age well, but, um, but yeah, he's super cute. I mean, he's just my type. Height, tall, and like a little string bean. Ugh, get me going.
Yeah, you love those tall, lanky ones.
I do, I do. More arms and legs, more the better.
Shall we
I
go into starting
I
this?
have a lot of comments, so I'm gonna need you to start it.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm sure we have similar comments. We'll start with that. So this vertical opens up wait, what's the name of this?
It's a big one. It's Swan Queen dancing back into his arms.
All right. So Swan Queen dancing back into his arms. It opens with Talia Monroe, the evil version of her, walking into a tied up and eyes covered Caleb Shaw, her governor husband, who she drugged. Also, I really appreciated that they had labels. It like very clear labels like Talia Monroe, like
Evil.
before. Yeah, yeah. I really actually very much appreciate that. So now she pushes him onto the bed and starts cutting up all of the condoms, and it was a very raunchy open to a movie. Regardless if it's a vertical or what, I was like, "Whoa, we're getting right into it with the music, and it's BDSM." He's blindfolded, she's in
He's
lingerie.
topless.
He
Yeah.
Yeah, like, they get right into it. So after she cuts up all these condoms, Magnum condoms, by the way, she lied, gambled, and wrecked everything, so Caleb refuses to be trapped by a baby.
But I can't wait until they figure out that you don't need condoms if you're trying to conceive. So the whole cutting of the condoms, I thought, what is this? I can't wait to tell them how babies are made.
Well, also, she should have showed him afterwards and been like, "This thing that you were wearing, see? There was a hole in it." Like, it didn't make any sense to do that. whole thing, but it was just so funny. Yeah, excellent point.
She went downstairs to get the kitchen shears because these were not the school ones. Kitchen shears, came back up and said, "You know, it's a great idea. You know what's gonna get him going?" There
So
everyone's into something.
yeah, truly, she's evil. So he pushes her off of him and runs away. Now the evil Talia goes after him, slips on a condom, and then she dies. That part was confusing
Okay.
to me. So she slips on a condom and dies, but then it goes to this montage of her dancing on stage, and then it resets. So that was a little
Well,
confusing for me.
evil Talia dies, and then we cut to sick Talia, who then, spoilers, will die and assume evil Talia's body.
What?
In parallel universes, Talia has died of cancer, and now evil Talia has died of a condom. And so sick Talia is now in evil Talia's body.
I wish people could see the hand motions you're trying to make for me to understand this.
They go in parallel. One dies of cancer, the other dies of a condom. And then Cancer Girl gets a second chance. God says, "Mm-mm, girl, we're not done with you." And then so Cancer Girl goes in Condom Girl's body.
Okay. So it wasn't the same person,
Probably more like
universe?
transmigration versus being reborn, because reborn would mean you are reborn back into your own story. So I agree with you. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking maybe is it like the Groundhog Day thing where you wake up and you get to redo it? It's the same person, the same timeline or whatever, but now it's like, "Oh, I'm waking up and life is different and I get this other chance at doing something else."
No, I think it's more like the multiverse. So welcome back
Oh,
to the vertical cinematic universe, and there are multiple timelines, and she just got to jump into a different timeline.
if there's anything anyone needs to know about me, and my boyfriend knows this, I really struggle with the multiverse. It really annoys me. I think it's a cop out for being able to write something better. They just fuse things into something else. The multiverse, especially Marvel, does it all the time. It gets me very upset. But I will start talking about Marvel for 15 minutes if I don't stop. So I'm going to move on. We have the dance montage, interpretive dance. Yes. We cut to Talia, the ballerina, dancing on stage.
The dancing is clearly a body double, and I
But
don't.
why?
Yeah, and also, but why would Mia can in fact go on point
Yes,
as with
correct,
IG? Unless she photoshopped
correct.
that, and that's a weird thing to Photoshop.
I don't think so because she has videos from, like, 2022, 2023 movies dancing on the pole and stuff, and she can do it.
Yeah, I saw the foot arch. You don't just get that overnight.
No, no, I don't know, so I'm very confused about the body double.
The body double who is clearly on point, is doing all the what is that, a Shanae, turns, and Mia is just flopping around in flats. So all you have to do is look down at the feet. She was not girl did not go on point for this one, didn't even try. She said, "Flats, good for me."
It was so funny because I noticed the girl who's the mean girl, when she's also there, she's wearing the demi ones, not point, just regular ballet slippers that have the single strap over, and this is where, like, the mean dance girl in my brain came out because I was like, "Oh, she's wearing those. Those are for little kids." Like, the grown-up dancers, we wear the crisscross strap. You sew them crisscross. You don't do just the single strap. So I was like, "Mm." It's just a dumb little detail. So after that, she collapses. Her career has ended due to bone cancer. And now we've caught up
Yeah,
to
change it up.
yes, the trans migrated into the quote evil Talia's body. She endeavors to not waste her second chance. And
But did you see in the, like, the cancer paperwork, as she falls, like, cancer
oh
paperwork
yeah.
litters down, right? Just bone cancer. Well,
Yeah.
on the top corner, it says her name and her birth date. It is June 8th, 1997. She is a Gemini.
Oh my.
So it's all kind of coming together, right? Because
The
there's double
two
of her, Gemini, Swan Lake about Odile and Odette. At least someone did their homework there. What an Easter egg.
wow, I never put that together, and I'm so glad you did. This is why we had you here for the brains. That's
For the
actually
eyes,
my
yeah.
first thing. I'm like, "Oh, wow, June 8th, that's so close to my boyfriend's birthday," but I didn't even put the 2 and 2 together why they would choose that birthday because of Swan Lake and, the duality. And the Gemini
What if they didn't? Yeah, but I'm go
Oh, and they just
it's canon. They did intentionally pick that. They didn't pick the right shoes, they didn't pick the right performance, but in my mind, they did this one thing right.
yeah, I don't know if you might be giving them too much credit. This
Yeah.
might be just like just a streak of luck they had. Okay, so suddenly Caleb's sister Lila rushes in and slaps Talia for drugging Caleb to stop the divorce. Their mother Marion comes in to broker peace. Ballerina Talia, reborn Talia,
Yeah, yeah.
she apologizes for her actions. She was wrong and proposes they instead celebrate Caleb's big endorsement.
Okay, but we are in America, right?
Are we? This is America. Yeah,
Are
this is America.
this is America. Okay, assuming we are, it's really strange that they live with both the mom and the sister. I
Yeah.
I would find it very strange if my sister just, like, barged into my room and, like, defended my marriage. I'd be like, "Yo, still my marriage, not
All
yours."
Do you think that maybe this is one of those verticals you were talking about that was a script in Asia? Because that's super common in Asian culture that the family lives together for years and years and years and years, even into adulthood.
Yeah, that would be my guess is we're watching something that originated in Asia because, I mean, as Caitlin, our C-drama expert once said, they're huge fans of this whole reborn transmigration thing, so,
Right.
wouldn't surprise you. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, so still in her sex lingerie, Talia is surprised to see dinner is only vegetables because of quote evil Talia's demand. So Talia offers to make dinner and that is truly my first question. I know that these are low budget, but they couldn't give her a quick 10, quick 15 to just change the outfit from that first scene of that BDSM moment with her husband. There was not like a tight 15. Okay, come back, put on a regular outfit so you're not in lingerie with your husband's family and like cooking and cutting up asparagus in in
I
lingerie.
mean, what versatile outfit she has. You could take it from BDSM to the kitchen, from the bedroom to the kitchen. That's what we're doing. Shein, get on that. This is a market that is yet to be cornered. I I would bet you this is her own lingerie.
Oh
Just
yeah.
because as an actress, yeah, you're not like, I can't wait to wear this like Amazon lingerie special for all of these scenes. She
Yeah.
brought this one from home. The actress doesn't cook. Amongst her skills was not cooking because did you see how she cut the freaking asparagus in the same spot? It
Yes.
reminds me of Kendall Jenner cutting the freaking cucumber backwards. She went to the Kendall Jenner School of Cooking because this woman, I'm sorry, she's Googling how to boil water.
Yeah. She
Thank
definitely
God for
that
Uber
was
Eats, am I right?
oh my god, helping a girl out. So after Marion tries a piece of her delicious chicken, Marion is the mother-in-law. This delicious chicken just appeared out of nowhere. She starts to choke, like she is
The
choking.
chicken is dry. She talks about herbs because there aren't any.
Oh, ouch. So after bickering with a butter knife with her sister-in-law, Talia lightly taps Marion on the back and saves her life.
That is not the Heimlich maneuver, say that 3 times fast. Also life-saving skills not on her CV. What did she give us? She gave us a little pit pit.
Yeah, she really she committed to the pat though. She now back in the bedroom, Caleb tends to the cut Talia got from saving Marion with his little white first aid kit.
This is another indication that this has to be a C vertical that's
Yeah.
been, like, AI'd into an American one, because guess what has made an appearance? It is the magical Q-tip. You know the Q-tips that have the red I think it's iodine that they put on the end there? If you see a
Oh.
red Q-tip, that is straight from C verticals. We saw it. You didn't get to see it because you don't go far enough, but, in the other vertical we watched with the Uncle CEO, that one, remember she gets,
Embracing
like
the moon?
yeah. She got, like, a little cut, and he also got a little Q-tip with the little red on the C-drama coded.
Oh, okay, good to know. Everyone take note. Red Q-tip means it is a C drama formerly, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, and so, guys, get your C-drama coded counters out. That is, another point to tell us this was originally a C-drama.
So after tending to this cut, he just gets flustered and excuses himself. We fast forward to Talia finally in a brand new lingerie set, practicing her ballet arm when Haley Voss, her governor husband's high school sweetheart, just barges in. Since Caleb isn't home, Haley takes the opportunity to berate Talia to sign the divorce papers. Talia slaps her. Caleb enters in and demands that Haley apologize to Talia. Caleb says whatever Talia's done, that's between Caleb and Talia. Then it
Ooh.
turns out Haley is also a ballerina and auditioning for Julian Crest's Swan Lake. I love a husband that, takes his woman's side. Extra points.
Yeah. Wow.
Talia also wants to audition, and Caleb reminds her that the last time she danced, she torched the bridge and the stage. Hundreds died from this.
I said so casually. I said, was this literal?
That could have been a huge moment.
She is responsible for the death of hundreds of people, and we just was gonna tell.
Oh my gosh, these are chaotic. These are so chaotic.
I need answers. What do you mean a ballerina murdered hundreds
I
of
also need
people?
evidence. I wanna know this
She
actually
tortured.
happened.
She just spun too fast, and it created a firestorm. It was a fire whirlwind you would know likes if you've never seen.
I think this could be very adjacently created into a Marvel miniseries. There is superhero
The
potential here.
fire ballerina, fire ballerina.
A woman that, like, moonlights as a dancer, as a ballerina, but then also creates enough force in her body to set things on fire. I would watch it. I
Oh,
think it's good.
what would you even call it? Point Pyro. That's her superhero name.
Uh,
And then
there's something
this
there.
is a part of her origin story. This is her deep dark secret that one time she torched the bridge in the stage and hundreds died during her performance of Swan Lake.
Like, how do you come back from that? Why would she even want to be on stage? I would go recluse. I would move to Bali or something. No one would ever see me again.
We don't know because he dropped this statement and they just moved right past it to the audition. We will never know what happened to those innocent souls.
And then she's like, let me prove myself.
You just murdered everyone.
Yeah, you proved to be a disaster.
Coming back to be a prima ballerina is going to make it up to the hundreds that have died. That's your contribution to mankind.
Please tell me this gets better.
It does not.
Ah! All right. Well, after he says that, he helps Talia also land an audition. Caleb has her rhinestone ballet point shoes, which were stunning. Talia exits the car. Caleb quietly remarks to himself, she is clearly not the same woman. So,
Just a
all
side
right.
comment. As a former ballerina, your point shoes, like, you just wreck them, right?
Oh, yeah.
You, like, tear them apart. You're resewing them to better fit the foot. Caleb has given her, like, these beautiful rhinestone ballet point shoes. But if she were a real ballerina, it'd be like, wow, I got to get the noise out of these puppies, you know? You just got to be stepping on them and beating on them, right?
Yeah, they looked, I don't think they've ever been used, right?
And you couldn't just use them like that because if you're an actual prima ballerina, like, you've got to kind of rejigger them
Yeah,
to
you have to
better
smack them
fit the
around a
foot.
bit. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, at the studio, the ballerinas are warming up and auditioning. Haley is in her slippers, not point shoes for her audition when she slips. Then the double doors open wide and Talia appears.
Not in a proper ballet bun, and that bothered me. She showed up to an audition without a proper ballet bun. I am not one for conformity, but ballet is, so shape up.
Yeah, it's kinda standard. You have your black leotard, the tights, and you have your hair in a bun, so points deducted already. Uh,
Leave us.
so, led by Haley, the ballerinas start to gang up on Talia until Caleb puts a stop to it. After much back and forth, Haley's brother slash theater manager, Ryan Voss, and the casting director, Richard Hale, grant Talia an audition for director Julian Crest. We see in her past life that sick Talia and director Julian Crest were going to take Swan Lake across the globe. So sick Talia was Julian's muse. Finally, we're at the audition where she has come into a tutu and the point Caleb gifted her. She stuns the crowd.
Wow. What breathtaking things have happened here. Tell us, Tiffany, now that you've watched the extended free preview, Did it entice you to go behind that paywall?
I did not go beyond the paywall, but, there is a part of me that kinda regrets that I didn't, and I don't know if it's for roasting reasons or just, again, that we have something new here, we've never done a ballerina, so part of me does kind of wish I gave more time to just see what else happens.
Be honest with us. The inner Filipina in you is like, "KC!"
It's really the guy. Yeah, it's him.
Does the shirt come off again? Well, let's go, everyone. Let's go behind this paywall where I'll tell you where the shirts are going. Are they on? Are they off? Now, we pick up at the same audition where everyone is in awe, but Haley points out that Talia improvised the last 8 count. Oh, no, she didn't. Julian Crest is enamored by Talia's change.
Hmm.
Wow. It reminded him that Swan Lake is art. Julian Crest personally invites her to the final audition. We fast forward to Talia and Caleb together. He sees her foot is bleeding. Yeah, because she hasn't been on point in forever and just went on point. Yeah. Caleb scoops her up and takes her home. Outside the auditorium, people are gathering, and Talia is worried she will tarnish his reputation. Yeah. And so asks to be put down. She is the governor's wife. Why can't the governor carry out his own wife whose foot is bleeding? Where is this taking place?
This is a mess.
It's the town of Footloose, everyone. Welcome to the town of Footloose. She mentions the divorce to him because that's what he wants, but internally, we see Caleb is becoming conflicted about it. But because he's a man, while he should tell her his conflicted nature, that he doesn't want to divorce her, the man just gives us a blank 1,000-yard stare. What an actor.
Wait, so I'm okay, wait. So is he also like now it's just this new Talia? So he's like, I don't know what's going on. Why is she like this? And now
Oh my
is
God, yeah,
that
I guess Casey is a great actor because that's exactly what's going on.
okay? Because
Yeah, so
maybe
he would have
because
wanted to divorce her if she continued to be evil Talia, but now that
mhm.
she's sick ballerina Talia, he's like, wow,
That's why it
what
kind
a
of reads to
woman.
me more like not like, it kind of reads more of a Groundhog Day scenario or like those movies where it's like they wake up and it's a chance to do it again, not necessarily 2 different timelines. It's just the same timeline, there's one timeline, but then she's just waking up and it's like, "Oh, I'm I'm not feeling evil. I wanna do this and get a chance to do this over again."
I can clearly tell you hate the multiverse and you will not accept that is happening here, but it can't be because sick Talia wasn't married.
Sick
She like
Talia wasn't married.
no, she foregoed everything in her life to dedicate herself to the art to become a prima ballerina, and then cancer cut her time short. But evil Talia actually gave up being a ballerina so that she could go be the governor's wife.
So she is still technically evil Talia then, because he's, like, confused.
Yeah, but sick Talia is now in evil Talia's body, so I don't know where evil Talia is, probably in hell. She sounds like she
Okay.
was a real piece of work.
Oh my god, yeah, the divorce was valid. Sorry, go on.
Okay, so back at the house, Caleb's sister, Lila, confronts Talia about the scandalous news that she bribed her way to secure the lead spot, and Talia correctly surmises that Haley, the evil lady, the other ballerina, fed Lila this wrong information. Caleb defends Talia, and Talia invites Lila and Marion to her final audition. We cut to Caleb hearing or overhearing a man's voice in Talia's room, and so he barges in, only to find her stretching out with the YouTube video playing in the background. Girl's one of us. We're all balling on a budget here. She is in the split position and she asks Caleb for help stretching out her hips. I've seen this one before. That's when Haley calls Caleb to apologize. Talia takes this opportunity to act like they're having adult times, right? Making like adult time noises and tell him to push harder and go deeper. Obviously, this is about flexing her hip, but Haley does think it's about sex and is disgusted and hangs up. Talia stumbles into Caleb's arms. Caleb tries to kiss her, and she swerves because she has an audition to prepare for.
She
I
seems
don't
like still evil Talia to me.
yeah, I don't really like this game because, girl, when he gave you shoes, you kissed him, and then now you're like, you didn't give me any shoes, no kiss.
And, like, why
That's
do
not
that
great.
whole moment of, like, harder, deeper? Like, it's just such a it's some, like, I don't know. It's like a mean girl thing.
Maybe it's because evil Talia does still live inside her.
Yeah.
She is
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
at the end of the day, Talia. Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh, wow, that was meta. Whew. C Come for the laugh, stay for the metaphysical implications, right? We sorry. We fast forward to audition day where Talia has come back in a low bun, thank God, and a white tutu. I don't know about that, but the ballerinas are jealous. There's a ballet dance off, which Talia easily wins. Haley pushes Talia off the stage, but yay, Caleb catches her. We
He
cut
was
to
at the
Talia and
audition?
Caleb. Yeah, and I guess right at the stage while this ballet dance off was happening. Which is kinda
Did
creepy,
she
like, I don't know
actually
if I
do
like
it?
'em. No. What do you mean did she actually do it? Have you
The
not
dance?
seen we just had this large conversation about how she was dance fishing.
I
So,
was just curious if maybe at one point does she actually do anything dancing? So, guess not.
I don't know, manage your expectations,
Okay.
use your imagination. We cut to Talia and Caleb alone together behind the stage when Talia tells Caleb the whole fake couple thing must be exhausting for him. Caleb helps Talia put on her ribbons when they realize someone has put glass in Talia's point shoes. What the? What the?
Oh my
At the
god.
audition, Talia pulls off 32 fouettes. How do I say this?
Fouette.
Fouette? Fouette,
Fouette.
sorry. At the audition, Talia pulls off 32 fouettes. She is Swan Lake. Before she agrees, she requests Haley audition with her point shoes, which would
Oh
never happen. I've never heard a ballerina sharing point shoes. That's why
no,
you gotta like,
because well, but they're so different. Like, you get sized for it. There's, like, different toe box things, so your foot could be more narrow or more wide. I think I was, like, a 3 I can't oh my god.
yeah.
I
So
could actually, I could find my point shoes, but, like, no,
put them
that's
on. No, and this is where it's like this would never happen because in practice, ballerinas can't share equipment like that. It's probably why
yeah.
it's so expensive too. You gotta get everything custom, right? So the point shoot thing happens. It is revealed Haley planted the glass. Everyone turns on her. Haley is now the janitor for 1 month as punishment. Then, our couple Caleb and Talia are enjoying a celebratory dinner. They struggle over another glass of wine when Talia lands in his lap. Then they kiss. And then they tumble onto the bed and partially make out enough dirty talk. Bite me. Her back is on the bed and he's over her, and they're in like a missionary position, and he's kissing on her neck when the camera pans away. It is the morning after when we see Caleb is covered in kiss marks. Talia is embarrassed about this accident and promises after they sign the divorce papers there will be no more accidents. But Caleb is exasperated that she is on about the divorce as he hasn't mentioned it since. But now there is a social media crisis. Social media is convinced that the governor used his influence to get his wife into the ballet. PR would like Talia to withdraw from the ballet and submit a public apology. But Talia has overheard all of this outside of his office and begs to differ. We cut to Talia and the director, Julian Crest. She is trying to convince him to move Swan Lake premiere up by 1 month. Then at practice, Talia is coaching the other dancers when the male lead dancer, Noah Grant. Do you remember the hockey captain? Do you remember Leo, the hockey guy she likes but is a bad guy?
Yeah.
He's now a ballet dancer!
How does he
I know.
do?
It's not believable. He doesn't.
Oh.
Yeah, but everything's a lot tighter than that one. We saw a lot and yet nothing at all. So, Noah Grant starts to make unwanted advances. Caleb appears out of nowhere, shoos Noah from Talia in the nick of time. I hate to make this point, but she is in the same layer, and ballerinas are so crazy about having warm bodies that it's, again, can
She
somebody
doesn't
go
have,
find
like,
like a leg
leg
warmer?
warmers. Yeah.
She doesn't have
Or those
anything.
pants, the ones that look like garbage I used to call them garbage bag pants when
Yeah,
I was a kid.
that's what they're called, right? But no, none of that. Bribed by Haley, Noah right? From hockey captain to ballet guy, Noah gives Talia a drugged water bottle at a late night practice. Suddenly, Caleb, his sister Lila, and a gaggle of paparazzi show up at the theater. When they burst into the practice room, they find Haley on the ground. Talia comes in and shows video proof that Haley was trying to ruin her by bribing Noah. In a flashback, we see that Talia pepper sprayed Noah, who is making unwanted advances once again. Then, as she hits Haley over the back of the head with a baseball bat, then
Well,
in revenge, Noah knifes Talia's neck. Like,
oh my
uh,
gosh,
who knew ballet?
that
I mean, I knew
escalated
this.
quick.
What was that movie about Swan Lake with Natalie Portman?
A black swan, black swan.
Black Swan. Yeah, I'm sorry, that makes sense. I was like, dang it, I hate myself. Yeah, who knew? Ballerinas murder. Not enough for Talia to murder hundreds of people in her um, firestorm.
Yeah.
Now, knife to neck. We cut to the hospital where Talia has been out for 2 days. Despite her fragile condition, Talia uh, is all like, the show must go on. And while Noah is now in jail, she knows of the perfect lead to replace him. We never see this guy, so you'll just have to imagine who would be. After Caleb's mom, Marion, and Caleb's sister, Lila, appeared by her bedside and comforted her, Lila apologized for her poor behavior towards Talia. Turns out that thanks to this violent incident, Caleb's campaign is now back on track. Social media is on their side. We fast forward to opening night of Swan Lake. They arrive in a limo, answer some of the paparazzi's questions, say they love each other, and kiss. The end. Yay.
Okay, so they end up together, they don't divorce.
They don't divorce. I actually wonder, like, I think in this multiverse, at their core, Tyla is the same person. It just sort of manifests differently. So my assumption here is that Caleb does love who Talia is at her core, and
Mhm.
obviously doesn't like the evil bits, only likes the nice bits.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Ah, well, at least they end up together, I guess.
Did you think they had chemistry? I didn't believe them together. I wonder how they pick these people sometimes.
Well, I think we figured out that they picked her because she listed that she has that extra skill, and then she didn't even use the skill in this vertical.
But how come? I mean, don't you have a friend who was like, "Yes, I'm an MMA fighter," and didn't use that skill anyway?
Yes, correct, correct. Yeah,
Oh.
I could do that. Like, yeah, I know martial arts. I did jujitsu when I was 12. He's
What did you think about Casey Esser?
one of the better looking ones we've had. But him you mean as an actor?
You believed his whole, like, Caleb loves Talia shtick. Don't do that with your
Well,
face when you believed it.
it was more just the storyline that I was confused with him. Like, is this what he's portraying? But I didn't think he was terrible. We've had worse. We've definitely had worse.
We've had worse. Maybe I should have done this. This is on the docket. He's a fantastic vampire. Can you see it?
Yes,
Yes,
I could
because
see
he's
that.
Slender Man.
Slender Man.
Sometimes you need to find the right vertical for the actor. You know what I
Correct.
mean? Their instrument has to be in the right conditions, right?
Why don't they just put us into casting? I think we could do a really good job of that. We know
I
what the
call it
people
like I
want.
see it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but they did give me what I wanted in the beginning of this, which is Casey on his knees, topless. That man is dehydrated. I saw every single muscle. And then the bad guy actually got their comeuppance in like a really funny way. Like death by condom is a new one, you know. And so, I mean, the double whammy, I didn't hate it, and that's probably why I kept going with it despite all of its ballet inconsistencies. Why, if Maya is a former ballerina, why didn't she call out some of this stuff? Is it just not worth it?
I don't know. I really don't know.
See, it would bother me. If it's a craft I spent decades in and you couldn't get like the minor details, it would bother me. And that's probably why I'm not an actress, is because I would be like, actually, you know?
You bring up a great point, though, and it leads me to believe that maybe there's an injury that she is like, I actually can't do these things right now, you know? Because you could see her Instagram. She is more than capable of doing chaîné turns on point. Like, so I wonder if there's something deeper there, an injury, or maybe she just wasn't, maybe she's been kind of not been doing point for a while. Maybe she's been focusing on aerialist stuff and pole dancing, but then hasn't really done point for a while because those foot muscles will go quick. They go very quickly. I tried putting on my pointe shoes in college once after not doing pointe since high school, and it hurt. After about 5 minutes, I was like, "Ooh, that doesn't feel good." So I think it might just be maybe she's just not she wasn't like keep maintaining training with ballet. So
Wasn't maintaining any kind of training.
ho ho, the tea is hot. The tea is piping hot. Oh my god.
All right, cast and crew of this vertical, please chime in and tell us what happened. Why'd you get someone who could do ballet and then didn't do the ballet? You know,
Yeah, what a
it's very
letdown. I
curious.
was a little excited.
I can't wait until they do a ballroom that one. There was a Hallmark movie that was a ballroom one who had the guy who was a teacher from high school, or the guy who was a teacher from Glee.
Michael Morrison?
Turns out, turns out he's a dick though, so don't watch it.
Like in real life, he's not nice.
Yeah, I've heard he's not nice. If that's wrong, please correct me, but I've heard he's not nice.
Well, that's such a bum I think you knew this. I was a huge Glee fan. The fact that I could
I
just
mean,
name this
weren't we
actor's
all?
name is crazy. I'm sure my boyfriend will be very impressed when he hears. I never know anyone's name. So,
Do you think anyway, not to
my
detract.
god, I think it's Matthew Morrison. I'm an idiot. It might be Matthew Morrison from Glee, not Michael.
Well, I guess I can't stop you. There's a Hallmark ballroom movie. He's like a retired ballroom dancer and he picks up this rando girl and competes with her. And I was like, that doesn't make sense in ballroom because there's a million trained women waiting for the five guys to look at them. You don't need to pick up a rando.
As we know, 100%. Like we're just
It's
waiting
such a
for
man's world. I was just telling somebody, I was just telling Ken, I can't believe with my personality, this is the sport I wanted to do. I cannot believe with my personality. And same thing to you, actually. Don't look at me like that, where we're like, I don't need no man, yada, yada, yada. Picks a sport where you actually need man.
well, but then people like you started to learn how to do the lead part. So,
Yeah, because again, I don't need no man. But actually, in Europe, I really do need a man. So
yeah.
if you
Oh,
know
yeah, you
any
said it's
Portuguese, one time I tried to partner with a Portuguese guy, and I know what's happening now, but Portuguese men, broad strokes, are notorious for not texting back. There's no text etiquette in the way that in Korea, like you have to be on top of your text, right?
maybe I'm Portuguese, a Portuguese man.
From my girlfriends who are dating, will say like a lot of Portuguese guys don't want to tell you no, so they just ghost you until you go away. This is where the American, like, oh, just tell it what it is something I really miss. If it's a no, if you don't like me, like, you don't like me, that's okay. You're not gonna hurt my feelings.
I would love to see a Portuguese man date a German girl. I've heard some
That's
stories
out
from
there.
my friend who is dating in Germany, and the things would just clash so horribly, and that'd be a great TV show or a great
You
movie or
know what
something.
mix I see often is like a Portuguese person with a Polish person.
Portuguese and Polish. I don't have enough experience with Polish people to even try and joke about it, so that's why I'm not saying
I feel
anything.
like most Polish people are like really Eastern European. They don't say much, but when they say something, it's very direct. And so I always find that really quirky to people.
Yeah, well, see, I don't have much experience with, like, Polish people, but I guess Polish American descendant people I've definitely
Well, it's
interacted
very
with.
multicultural here, so I'm not saying the Portuguese aren't finding people. They're finding love. I'm finding no Portuguese man to text me.
Don't hold your
I have
breath.
to go to therapy for.
Mhm, mhm. What a shame.
So wrap up. Does that bother you? Guys, I think for this one, you could actually stick to the free preview and you've gotten your money's worth, which is $0, but you've gotten the most value you would have derived from it. In fact, maybe just start with the poster. Poster is very interesting. There's a lot of things happening on that poster. The American flag. He's like an imposing man. Governor. Never seen him do any governor stuff, but governor. And then he's the swan, you know?
Mm,
Very interesting poster. Funny enough preview. Don't have to go all the way.
yeah, yeah. I can't wait to see it. I don't think I've seen
Let
the
me
poster.
MS paint you something. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's not do titles. I don't really care.
Yeah, I didn't come up with any actually, so
Just as your shirt says, a beach is tired.
yep. This was my this shirt, a B word is tired. I got it in Miami with when I went there, which was historically the coldest it's been in 10 years in Miami. So I did not get my sunny escape moment. This is when our mutual friend Audrey, she came and met me there after I did a gig, and we were just freezing our butts off the whole time. She got so sick. We barely did anything, like barely. She couldn't even eat. It was so bad. I should check up on her. I'm a bad friend. Oops.
She's dead.
Yeah. So this is what we get. Like it's becoming like an annual thing. Last year we got shirts that just said feral. So yeah.
That's cute. I like that.
Yeah, thank
You'll have
you.
to showcase that one, on next pod. Alright, I know we're tired, but you tell me,
Okay,
what's the tea?
the tea. So I thought this week we could talk about Love is Blind. Are you caught up on Love is Blind US?
I am not. Is this one where there's a Chinese adoptee who
Yes,
doesn't want kids?
with the arm.
So this one I know where I believe she doesn't want kids and people kept telling her you'll want kids, which I thought,
Let
"Meh."
me guess, you haven't watched the show, you've just been listening to podcasts on the show.
Not I don't listen to any direct Love is Blind podcasts, but yeah, I there was a segment about the guys being like, "You're gonna be a great mom." She's like, "Cool, but I don't wanna be one."
Yeah, but I will honestly though, this season's much better than the season before. We actually see some things unfolding, and this most recent episode that came out last night, the last 3 episodes, there's this guy, his name's I think Chris. He's like little I don't even wanna call him a short king. He's a short court peasant. He is just a kind of a douchey guy, and he's like trying to slide in on this girl in front of her fiance at their like mixer where they all hang out again, where they start bringing the other people from the pod that didn't, that they didn't match with. He is so scummy, and he keeps saying flying fuck. He has said it 7 times already in the episode,
Wait,
and
so he goes with a girl from the pod, but then after they come out of the pod.
I'm skipping the worst part. He goes away and says he needs to be with his friends. This girl, she's so sweet. She's an internal medicine doctor. She works at a hospital.
She's a doctor?
She's a doctor. She's 38 years old. She doesn't want kids. They like connected on that. She never lied to him in the pods. She told him from the beginning, "I'm a doctor. Like I don't work out every day." She's not fat by any means. She is not fat. But she was like very transparent because he's like, "Yeah, I like to work out and all this." And she's like, "No, I don't work out every day. That's just not me. I'm not like the girl that does Pilates every day." And they still connected. They got engaged. They saw each other in person. She's so little. She's like 4'11", and he's like maybe on a good day, like a soft 5'5", 5'6". I don't know. He's really
Soft 5'5".
he's not he's not tall. And you can even see he's got these like little arms. And I'm body shaming him because he's an absolute asshole. This is the only reason why I'm
So
going
he
hard on
doesn't
him.
really work out every day either.
He's fit, but he is a douche.
But
And
does he look work out every day fit?
no, he looks like he takes care of himself. He is in shape.
Okay.
However, he basically said to her that he had to go out with his friend and like disconnect. He didn't even talk to her. She like texted him, "I love you," and he didn't even say anything back. So she comes over and he's just being super weird. And he essentially tells her, "I'm just used to being with people who do CrossFit every day. People that like this and this, and you can't really force it." It was so sad. She was keeping her composure so well. As I was listening to him say this, I'm like, oh my God, this girl hasn't broken down crying or anything. She's just sitting there and being so mature and calm and just listening to him. He also made some comment like later on or to someone else that he usually dates girls that are 24, 25, and he's like 37. Like he's gross. And she's 38. And so I guess he just wasn't attracted to her. He was saying like I think we could get over this, but it's hard to force it. And he was expecting her to still want to be with him after this. And she was like, "I need to go and I think this is done." And I totally support that. He then proceeded to have a friend over, the guy who he is friends with, the guy who's engaged to his number 2. Oh, that was the other thing he said. He told his fiance,
That's
I could
sneaky.
he couldn't help but keep thinking about what would it be like with his number 2, which is his friend's fiance. And then
That's so sus.
he's not a good person. Like I don't even think you can blame Netflix for a bad edit. Because sometimes they really lead in on certain things, but he is just saying really off the wall things. He's acting like a really shitty person. I think he's going to be the most hated person in this season. He's a bad egg. You need to watch it. It's really bad.
What's his name?
I think it's Chris.
Where is he from?
They're all from I want to say Ohio. She's the whole package. She is so sweet. She's pretty.
He's a freaking doctor.
There's nothing wrong. Like, I don't know what his problem is. I think he just maybe just wants someone who's young and, I don't know, blonde or what. I have no idea what it is, but she's a catch. She's very successful. She's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with her. He's just an absolute douchebag.
See, ladies, don't do this for men. Don't do it for they're not worth it. What? It's just time and time again it proves that like love is not blind.
Yeah. Well, for some people, it's not.
Is there a couple this season that's successful?
Well, so actually, all the other couples are still pretty good.
That's
Yeah,
surprising.
it's a good season. I've been enjoying it. There's There's a girl that they look I can't remember her name. She's like this little Latina girl, and she's very like, "I need a lot of words of affirmation. I need you to tell me I'm pretty. I need you to touch me more." And he's just like he takes it the wrong way, and he's like, "Well, now that you told me to do it, now I don't wanna do it. It doesn't feel natural." And I'm just like, "Oh my god, dude, grow the your face
What
right
was the
now."
point of the pods? Like,
I know, I know.
it's a chance to really understand how we communicate to one another, and she is telling you what she needs
Mhm.
to feel loved, and if defense is your first reaction, like, dude, you're just not ready for it, and I think you have to
No.
be honest with yourself.
There was one girl, she ended up choosing herself. They didn't have an engagement. There was like he was going between 2 girls, and one of the girls, she left the experiment. She left the pods before even matching or anything. She was like, "If I'm not a resounding yes, then it's a no for me." And then so after she left, the guy was like, "Okay, well, I'll like, focus all my energy on this other girl." I'm forgetting her name. And then she ended up actually when I don't remember if he proposed, but I think she was just like, "We're not ready to be in anything serious. So, like, you're a great
Call it
guy."
like you see it.
Yeah, she was like, "You're a great guy, it's just you're not ready, and I need more than that." And they ended on great terms, but now we're at this new mixer for the episodes that have just cut off. I think we'll probably see how that plays out. He'll probably meet both of those girls, and then I don't know. We'll see from there. But there's a lot in this season, much better than last season. Last season was a train wreck.
Tiffany is love blind.
Is love blind? I think to a point when some of them say, "I'm just not attracted to you." You can't force that, you know? I get that. Like, that's a solid fear to have. If the curtain opens and you see someone who, I don't know, looks like a thumb, you might love them on the inside and all that, but, like, what do you do with everything else? I do think there has to be some kind of physical attraction from the beginning, but it's the inner stuff that they're doing in the pods that will keep them together. I don't know. Although,
No.
I do think that, like, when you like the person more, they do become more attractive to you. Do you agree?
Yeah, over time, I would think there's some sort of, like, chemical response that's happening in your brain, you're releasing endorphins, and so, yeah, in a, like, a roundabout way, that's its outcome. I don't rank physical traits very highly.
I actually don't either.
I don't know. You know what I asked my partner, though? I was like, "I'm a wee little lady," and I'm like, "How do you find this attractive?" Like,
Attractive enough to have sex with you at least 2 times because there's proof of that. So,
and I'm pregnant again. Now, yeah, I don't know. I think there's somebody for everybody out there, and people who put too much stock in physical traits. I don't know. There's just a lot more to live for in life, so it's not my vibe. But is love blind? Like as a yes, no, black, white statement? I don't think so. I think there's a little, yeah,
that's like yeah, I think it's love is
blind-ish.
multifaceted. Ish, yeah, to
Love
a
is
point.
multifaceted. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There's, like certainly there are things that I find more attractive than not, but I don't think it's something where it's like, if this person has this, that's like a deal breaker. I don't know. Like, if they're missing teeth, you can get dental implants. That might be kinda weird. Because like, if they're talking to you, there'd be spit coming out, like, really easily, so that would be kind of gross. Like, if my boyfriend
Yeah,
lost
you're
some
in the
teeth,
splash
and
zone.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, well, hopefully. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything more.
It's just the wave emoji.
But yeah, that's my tea. Love is Blind. Definitely this season's much better than the last season of US. So definitely watch it.
You guys heard it here first. If you're not getting all of your love fix from these verticals, switch over to Netflix's Love is Blind. And if you are getting your love fix, stay here because we give it to you. All right. Every Wednesday, rain or shine. Follow us on TikTok, Insta, YouTube, and Substack. We're posting the clips, the thirst traps, and the theories. Talk Drama to Me drops every Wednesday. Bye for now.